Hi, my name is Sasha. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the mid-year book Freakout tag. I believe that's where the word's going. I've been seeing a lot of people do this, and I thought I'd join in, even though it's not technically the middle of the year. So I'm just going to jump right in. So the first question is, the best book you've read so far in 2020? That has to be Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me by Mariko Tamaki and Rosemary Valera O'Connell. It is about, I've forgotten the main character's name. I have a terrible memory. But it's about her and this girl named Laura Dean who keeps breaking up with her, and how she feels about it, and she wants to stop Laura Dean from breaking up with her. But it's so good. It's got queerness, it's got discussion of toxic relationships, it's got friendships, just wonderful friendships, and I really, really enjoyed it. The next question is best sequel you've read so far in 2020. So I have a tendency, I haven't read a lot of sequels in 2020. I have a tendency to start series and never finish them, which I really need to stop. But one sequel I did read in 2020 was the Wicked King by Holly Black, part of the Folk of the Air series, and I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I thought it was really good. I didn't see anything coming. There were so many twists and turns, and it was really, really good. Question number 3 is new release you haven't read yet but want to. The Order of the Pure Moon Reflected in Water by Zen Cho just came out today as I'm filming this, and it looks so good. It's a fantasy wuxia novel with found family elements. If you don't know what wuxia is, it's this type of martial arts fantasy stuff. It's really, really good. I watch a bunch of Chinese dramas that have wuxia elements, and it's so much fun. And so I thought in book form it's probably going to be really fun too, so I really want to read that. Most anticipated release in the second half of the year. I chose Transcendent Kingdom by Ya Gyasi. She wrote Homegoing, which was excellent. It's multi-generational storytelling. Two sisters get separated by the slave trade. One grows up in America under slavery. One grows up in Ghana. And it was gorgeous. And this new novel is about a woman who is studying the effects of grief on addiction, I believe, and depression. And her mother's depressed, her brother's addicted, and it just sounds really, really good. And she turns to the church, but I would read anything by Ya Gyasi. Like, she's amazing. Biggest disappointment. I chose The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. I read this with Books for Life. I wanted a trashy vampire romance, and this was just disappointing. Like, how hard is it to write a trashy vampire romance? Like, it was just, there was not enough romance, there was not enough vampires, and it wasn't very trashy, which you can't really fault a book for not being trashy, but like, it could have been so much better. It was set in New Orleans, and at least it had like the spirit of New Orleans. It was, I don't know if that's the right word. It had the setting right. Like, it felt like New Orleans. I've been to New Orleans, and it had that feeling, but it was set in like 18 something. Anyway, it was just really disappointing, and I don't recommend it. I gave it like 2 stars. I plan to do a review on it someday. What else? Biggest surprise, Afterlife by Julia Alvarez. That was an excellent book. I gave it 5 stars. I did not expect to love it as much as I did. but I truly, truly loved it. And it's about this woman who has lost her husband, and she's kind of working through feelings of grief, and he's sort of in the back of her head as she's making decisions. She does things like, what would Sam do? Because that's his name, Sam. What would Sam do in this situation? And it's also about sisterhood and the immigrant experience in America, and it was so good. It was so good. Like, read it, please. Although I mentioned this before, if you don't like books where the quotation marks, there isn't any quotation marks around the dialogue, you're not gonna like this book. And also, if you don't like literary fiction, you're not gonna like this book. But I still recommend you read it. Favorite new author, N.K. Jemisin. I love N.K. Jemisin. I have The City We Became right here, and the 5th season is in the kitchen because I don't have any, like, I should not have any books in the kitchen after what just happened. So, side note, my mom bought like a zucchini, like, this happened like months ago, like in March. My mom bought a zucchini and we didn't know that it had gone bad, and she put something on top of the zucchini that smushed it, and one of my library books was like inches away, and it got rotten zucchini juice all over it. And I just had to return to the library, and I'm waiting for a call. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? Why did you give this to us? It has juice/water damage, and I'm very upset about it. And I want to call them, and I'm like, why haven't you called me yet about my zucchini book? Anyway, the 5th season is in the kitchen, and it shouldn't be. It needs to be somewhere safe. But I'm halfway through both the 5th season and The City We Became, and they are not disappointing me. Like, they are so good. The only thing that could trip me up is probably the endings, but I doubt at this point that I'm gonna not like the endings. Like, N.K. Jemisin is just so good, and her tweets are hilarious. I love her tweets. Newest fictional crush. So, I don't know how many people have read this book, but it's Tell Me How You Really Feel by Amina May Safi, and the character is Sana. She's a cheerleader, and she's, like, really popular, and she's also really nice, and her mom works on, like, a movie set, and I'm like, that sounds like peak girlfriend. Noah's favorite character, Nick Nelson from Heartstopper. He's, like, so cute and so clueless, and, well, I've only read volume 1, so he's clueless kind of in that volume about how Charlie feels about him. He's just this lovable jock, and I love him, and he's so sweet, and everybody should read Heartstopper. It's just like, it'll make you happy. Please read Heartstopper. Book that made you cry. Daisy Jones and the Six. Oh, and here's Heartstopper. Daisy Jones and the Six made me cry. It's at the very, very, very end. If you read it, you know. There were 2, like, twists that happened, and, like, the last sentence of the book made me cry. Ugh, I get emotional just thinking about it. Like, those last couple paragraphs were, like, everything. The whole book, like, they made the book for me, and they made me tear up. There hasn't been another book this year that's made me even get close to crying. So, well, I'm reading Becoming by Michelle Obama, but I haven't finished it yet, so I didn't think I could put it on this list. But every 10 minutes while listening to the audiobook, I have to, like, because number one, I'm, like, it's the week leading up to my period, so I'm like, but also, just, I love Michelle Obama so much. She's amazing. Book that made you happy. Heartstopper Volume 1. This book it's so sweet. It deals with stuff like sexual assault and homophobia, but it does so in such a way that you're, like, still happy, and I love that. I love it. It's such a good book. Most beautiful book you bought so far this year or received? The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. Like, I'm so glad I have a good camera, right? It's not good, but like a camera, because you can like truly see how like intricate and like, not intricate. I keep doubting myself when I talk. I need to stop doing that. But it's just so beautiful and colorful. Like, I love it so much. It's so pretty. I love the color scheme. But yeah, that's the most beautiful book I've bought so far. Although, if I turn you, you shall see all these books. And Furyborn, which I am not going to try to reach for because I'm sweaty and I don't want you to see my sweat stains, it has got a beautiful cover. What books do you need to read by the end of this year? I'm not even going to get started on that. I have started 8 books this month and have not finished any of them. I have a serious problem right now. I think I'm in a reading slump and I need to fix that. So I need to fix the reading slump before I even think about what kind of books I need to read by the end of the year. Right now I'm reading The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black, which I'd like to finish because it's the last book in the Folk of the Air. Actually, Holly Black has hinted that there's going to be more books, so I don't know. It's not my first priority, but I also want to read The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang because, you know, The Burning God is coming out sometime soon, and I need to reread The Poppy War. See, I have so many things going on in my head. I just need to not think about books that I need to read before the end of the year. So, yeah. That's my tag. I don't tag people. Like, nobody's tagged. You're not tagged. I'm just kidding. Do the tag if you want to. Everybody else is doing it. It's like a trend, so it's trendy. But yeah, comment down below. I don't know. Is the red dancing lady? Comment down below the red dancing lady. And that's all for me for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!